Tuesday morning awaits. You open your eyes. The sun has risen, the birds are singing. You are alive, and for now, you are safe. Your gaze wanders across the room to the window and the woods beyond. You wonder if the monsters are lurking there, right now, just beyond the trees, ready to pounce as soon as you leave the crumbling estate. A familiar unease settles into your gut, tangling into a knot of anxiety and wriggling as the events of last night play out in your head. Can't help but remember Duke, slumped against that tree, pieces of him scattered across the clearing. You're not sure if you'll ever feel okay again after what you've seen, but you can't stay in bed forever. Hunger pulls you from the clammy depths of the mattress. Let's check on Dustin. You open the drawers to check on Dustin. Oh good, he's still here.
Human is back!
Good morning, Dustin. How are you today?
Dustin feels good. And productive night.
Oh, he has bread now. I see you have bread now.
Yes, Dustin found bread. Dustin also ate a bug last night. Good night for Dustin.
Have you met Fra?
Monster.
I don't want to ask for my clothes back. Poor little thing, I gave them to him. They're probably all full of poop and pee right now anyway, so... Can I talk to you about something horrible that happened last night?
Human can always talk to Dustin. What happened?
The woods are full of monsters and I can't go home.
Home not place, home warm feeling Dustin makes for place. Like dresser. Our new nest.
It was nice catching up, Dustin. I'll leave you be.
Yay!
I love Dustin, he's so adorable. You gently close the drawer. Maybe check the closet? Oh gosh. Great, the doll didn't move during the night. Thank goodness. Maybe it isn't haunted after all. Though after everything you went through yesterday, that's hardly a consolation. You turn back to the rest of the room. Oh, text Stella. You gotta make sure that she's okay. It's probably a good idea to check with your new friend. You can't imagine she's holding up very well. Let me see. Yo, what up? Hey, how are you holding up? Hi. We're gonna send her a picture of a tired cat we found on the internet. Perfect. Might take her a minute to get back to you. In the meantime, explore the window? Oh. You creep towards the window, careful not to be seen by whatever might be lurking in the garden. There's something in the garden! It's right there! Isn't it? Are my eyes playing tricks on me? Was something. For a second, you thought you saw movement. It could have been an animal. It could have been something else. Whatever it was, it's gone now. Did you see the thing? Wait, was that Wayne? Maybe I'll head out there and investigate after you finish waking up. Get dressed and head down to the kitchen. Time to start your day. You're back in the kitchen. Frau eyes you from her favorite spot on the counter. Yeah, I see you, Frau. I see you, devil of a cat. Her pupils dilate and her tail twitches. I see you are still here. How unfortunate. Are we gonna try to pet Frau? No, Frau will bite the crap out of us. Let me see. Oh, Gretchen. Gretchen sends her regards.
Te cerebre vit toujours? A creature has not yet returned to whatever vile pit of hell it crawled out of? Merde, truly, ours is not a kind god.
She's so mean.
Devil cat.
Have you noticed? Oh yeah, let's ask her if she's noticed anything. Have you noticed anything weird around here? We ran into these horrible things in the woods last night and...
Silence! Do you know what time it is? Quiet your awful mouth. Your voice is the only horrible thing I have witnessed as of late.
I'm being bullied by a cat. Hey. Did you know the police called me this morning? You've only been here one day and you've already had a run-in with the cops? I kind of want to do mystical. Let's do that. The cops don't matter. Something is coming for this town, and I need people to start listening to me. Mystical is so weird. It must be so awkward to them. I talk to animals and I talk like this. Duke and Stella didn't take my intuition seriously last night, and look where that's landed us. I need you to believe me. You don't need to spin me tall tales to wiggle your way out of this. Just be careful and remember that your actions have consequences for the people around you. I don't have the energy to spend this week cleaning up after your mess, so just don't make any extra work for me, okay? Did the cops say anything about Duke? Did they find the body? Body? They didn't say anything about a body, but apparently he never went home last night. And they had quite a few questions about you, B. And before you ask, don't worry, I told them that you're an upstanding citizen. Oh, that was nice of her. We're gonna thank her for having our back. Thanks for having my back. Sure, what else is family for? Oh my gosh, your smile. I gotta keep being mean to her so I don't see that again. What is up with you, Stella? Like, how did we ask that? I was like, what is up with you? Or is it like, what is up with you? We just have history, that's all. I don't need to explain myself to you. We'll try to be helpful. Is there anything I can do to help out? You can stay out of trouble while I do my job. Oh, and I want you home by sunset. I don't want to hear any complaints. Just do what I ask and we won't have any more problems. Oh, bye! Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. Oh, you're back! That was quick. Sunset. Bye! Your cousin huffily exits the kitchen. Her footsteps fade down the hall, ending in the characteristic creak, then slam of the front door as it opens and closes behind her. Why are you so mad at me, Frau? Stop being so mad at me. I'm trying to make friends. Once again, you're the only human in the estate.
It seems you make a habit of bad first impressions, no?
The cat chuckles mockingly. Oh, it'd be... Text from Stella. It's another tired cat. Hope you're holding up okay, or as good as you can with all the stuff we saw last night. I was up most of the night on cryptid forums. No real answers yet. I'm at the library now if you want to join. Heck yeah! To the library! I have scones, libraries, and food. Heck yeah! Let me see. I'm not really feeling up for it today. We're just gonna ditch everybody and stay here for the rest of the week. Ghost her. Scones. Say no more. And that's that. Time to start your day. Bye, Frau, you son of a... Make a jelly... Well, she has scones. We don't need to make a jelly soon. Oh, but we should investigate the garden, maybe. Go check. See if we see anybody. As your eyes wander to the garden door, you shudder, remembering the brief glimpse of something you saw from your upstairs window. Yeah, it looked like Wayne. Jump scare? Okay. It's probably just a raccoon, but the uncertainty of what you saw gnaws at you and compels you to investigate, if only to prove that it was nothing. Or it could be the weeping angel statue, maybe. At the very least, you don't see anything. Now. Investigate. Hell no, go back inside. No, we're gonna investigate. Wander further and further into the garden, trying to pinpoint the spot that that thing had been lurking, if indeed there had been a thing there to begin with. Take it all in. The garden is peaceful, but undeniably eerie. Here, more than anywhere else, you're surrounded by ghosts of what this place used to be. It's still very pretty, though. A greenhouse sits in the midst of the overwhelming greenery, unreachable from years of neglect, its glass clouded and cracked. Statues reach out from within the seas of weeds as if begging to be rescued. And most strikingly, behind a pair of rusted metal gates at the very peak of the mountain, sits a graveyard. You can just make out a few headstones, the scarlet name carved deep and proud into their faces. You notice what a good view someone would have of your window if they stood where you were standing right now. Oh, they would. Gosh dang it, we left the door open. There's gonna be way more bugs in there than there already are. We'll check the ground for clues. Oh. You crouch down, pushing aside the greenery to examine the soft earth. That's a big boot. Ew, what is that, jelly? Just somebody in a peanut butter and jelly. It's fine. A boot print. A big boot print. And what looks like some kind of viscera? Your thoughts turn to the specter from the night before. You snap a quick photo, just in case it comes in handy later. I'm gonna text it to Stella. You send the photo to Stella. She probably knows more than we do. Look what I found in the garden across from my window. No way that's Tabitha-sized. You head back inside. Time to figure out what you're gonna do with the rest of your day. We'll head to town. Stella has scones, so we don't want to keep her waiting. The walk back to town is much less pleasant today than it was yesterday, when you didn't yet know that the woods were full of monsters and strange men who knew your name. Yeah, that is kind of creepy. You stare anxiously into the darkness between the trees, searching for any signs of movement, but the woods are still, at least for now. Continue down the path. The autumn-tinged mountains, sprawling for miles in every direction, now feel less like beautiful scenery and more like walls of a cage. Phone buzzes in your pocket. Geez, that's creepy. All the more reason to come to the library. Look who I found at the library. Said she was up all night thinking about the video. Adding you to group text. What's Kanika? Did we get to visit with Kanika today? I'm only here because it's quieter than the store, or was. I'm trying to figure out what animal that could be, but I don't buy into this harbinger of doom stuff. We know what animals they are. They're ditchlings, and they are harbingers of doom. Sounds like they're having fun. Are they texting me in group chat while they're sitting next to me? Next to each other? We'll be like the Scooby Gang. Come on, let's go. Scooby-Doo. Can't wait to solve this mystery. Almost back to town. Continue down the path. You make it to town in one piece. No creatures jumped out at you. No scary men blocked your path. Thank goodness. Don't you hate it when you're walking in town, suddenly men? Was that Avery? The sight of other people is comforting, helping you forget the things that you've witnessed as if they happened to someone else. Oh, hey, B. We were just talking about you. I stopped by... Sybil is her name. I stopped by Sybil's to pick up her new tea blend and, well... You're the biggest thing to come into town since the coal mine. Folks have been absolutely buzzing about you. You went out with Stella last night, right? Did something happen out there? She's barely even waved when she walked by. Gonna tell him the truth. What's the point of lying? Stella and I went to the woods to try and find Skunk Ape, but we ran into something way worse. Actual monsters. Sybil said that they're called ditchlings, but whatever they are, they killed Duke and have been mutilating the local wildlife. Whoa, 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 slow down. Duke is dead? It's true, I'm afraid. That's awful. Has anyone told Beau? Yes, he's taken it as well as you can imagine. I'll be going up to check on him today. The poor lad. I can't believe you had to see that, Bee. Tell you what, I'm on break for the next half hour. How about you swing by the diner? Winnie can fix you up some of Sybil's new blend and try to calm your nerves. It's chaga and lemon balm. It's always helped me on bad days. Ooh, isn't that like a mushroom? I think it is. I don't know. And if you need to talk about what happened, I'm all ears. Anyway, it's up to you. See you around, Bee. See you, Sybil. Take care now, Avery. I better get back to it myself. I'm glad I was able to catch you this morning, if only to see how you were holding up. Please don't hesitate to stop by if I can be any help. Ooh, mystical. I keep always going with mystical, but hey, it's one of my traits. We both know that there is something horribly wrong about this place. How are you so calm? Why am I always William Shatner? If we're mystical. Don't mistake my calm demeanor for complacency. We all have our parts to play in this. What's that supposed to mean? I trust that you and Stella have what it takes to get to the bottom of things. I'm so sorry to cut our conversation short, but I've got things that need tending to. Stay safe, Bee. God bless. What did she mean by that? We all have our part to play. What? You probably have a bit of time before you're needed at the library. Ooh, but the scones. Ooh, but Avery. But scones. Avery. Scones. We'll go talk to Avery. You head towards the diner. The diner is a little quiet today, but the air still feels heavy with the tantalizing smell of breakfast. Ooh. Warn the patrons of the day. We're all gonna die! Talk to Avery. We don't want people to start panicking before we figure things out. You slide into the booth across from Avery. Hey there, stranger. Before you can exchange words, Winnie sidles up, a fresh mug of tea in hand. Heck yeah, I love tea. Heard you might need this. The answer to 29 down is oink, by the way. What? But the clue is pen sound. How is that a sound a pen makes? Wait, pen like pig pen? Are you kidding me? How was I supposed to guess that? I don't know why you even bother with those things. They're just gonna frustrate you. It's just something to fill the time, but maybe I should switch to Sudoku. Winnie leaves Avery, contemplating daily newspaper puzzles, returning to her seat behind the counter. So, thanks for telling me about last night. If you want to really get into the grisly details, you can tell me. I won't judge. Ooh, I want to try some tea. I'm gonna try the tea first. Sorry, let me try this. Let me take a little sip. Take a gentle sip of your tea. Sybil was right. You can already feel it begin to ease some of the strain and tension from last night's events. Whoa, not a lot of folks take chaga so quickly. Isn't that like calming, like anxiety, depression reducing? It's a fungus that grows on birch trees around here. Knew it! It's supposed to be super healthy, but it definitely makes for a challenging drink. Color me impressed. Let me see. Let's tell Avery everything. Just trauma dump on poor Avery. You spilled the beans. Glad to have talked to someone about the horrors you witnessed. Wow, that's some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. Monsters in the woods? I may have lived here long, but I've never heard of anything like that happening around these parts. Can't say I like the thought of it. Now that I think about it, when the cops came in for their morning coffee, they mentioned something about going out to the woods to look for someone. It must have been Duke. They seemed so disconnected from it. I figured it couldn't have been very serious, but wow. Oh yeah, they were suspicious of us because they thought we had something to do with it. I don't get it. They saw Stella's footage, they saw what happened out there, but it feels like so far all they've done is hound me. Hey, I don't know if it'd help your anxiety, but even if they think you did something, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't bother going after you. Those cops come in here every day, and I feel like I know them pretty well by now. And let me tell you, they have no follow-through. I can't tell you the number of complaints they've just like dropped after a day or two. And I'll vouch for you if they try anything. Explore, let's see. Oh, he's a transplant. Yeah, let's see. I wonder where he moved here from. I hadn't pegged you as a transplant. Where are you from? I moved here from Charlotte, gosh, 3 years ago now? Maybe a little more, I've lost track. Aunt Winnie offered me a place to stay and a job, and who was I to pass on that generosity? To be honest, it still feels like I just moved in. Practically everyone apart from the Cole folks grew up in this town, so it's like I'm the perpetual new kid. Don't get me wrong, folks here are plenty polite and friendly, but there's a shared history I'll never be a part of. Ooh, can we ask him? Might be a little rude to ask him why he left Charlotte. We'll do it. Why'd you leave Charlotte, if you don't mind me asking? Oh no, his aunt don't like us very much, it looks like. We're not making a good first impression on her. It's cool. I was having some issues with my folks about my education, which wasn't great, especially since I was still stuck under their roof. When my aunt heard about it, she offered me a job and a place to stay, and the rest is history. You regret moving here? I don't think I have a choice to have second thoughts. I'm not gonna go anywhere without Aunt Winnie, and there's no way she's leaving this place. And she's like, I get it. I felt out of place the whole time I've been here. Folks on the whole have been plenty friendly, but life here is so different than what I'm used to. It's hard to explain, but I just don't feel like I belong. Exactly, there are worse ways to be, but I'm not sure I'll ever entirely feel like I belong here. You should get out of here before things get worse and take me with you. We're just trying to rile up everybody. We're on the case, but I hardly know where to start. Let me know if you hear anything. Oh yeah, because he gets all the gossip here, probably. Definitely. Oh man, looks like my shift is starting. Hopefully the Chaga's had a chance to start working its magic. Oh yeah, it's totally working. The diner is where everyone comes to gossip, so I hear a lot about what goes on around here. I'll let you know if anyone mentions those monsters or anything else strange or unusual. Avery slips out of the booth, giving a friendly half-wave before disappearing into the back. I like Avery. They're really sweet. You leave the diner, ready to continue your day. Oh, we can go to the general store? I'm gonna go buy the we're just I was so excited to go get scones, and I'm like, we're just gonna go check out everything before we get the scones in the library. Oh my goodness, this place is adorable. I love it. Crap, I want to move here. This is your first time seeing the general store in the light of day. A young man sits at the table register, too preoccupied with his phone to care that you stepped in. You should leave town, the monsters are in the woods. Hi, I'm B. I just got into town yesterday. So friendly in games. Not friendly, but extroverted.
Yeah, I know. Mom told me.
What's your name?
Miles.
Got any games on that phone? What you doing on your phone?
Games. You probably haven't heard of them.
Try me. I've heard of it. Probably not. It's Raid Shadow Legends. So if I wanted to buy some chips or something here, do I talk to you or... Miles sighs.
I guess, yeah, Kanika decided to skip work today, so of course whatever plans I had didn't matter. Just take the chips, I don't care.
I'm paying for my chips, sir. Kid. Boy. I'm paying for my chips. I insist.
I'm not ringing you up. Take them or leave them.
Wouldn't that be stealing?
If Kanika cares about running this place right, she can hire someone else who'll let me live my life. She inherited the store. I don't want to keep getting suckered into working here just because I'm her brother. We make most of our money in bulk orders anyway. A bag of chips doesn't make a difference.
I'm not gonna steal anything. I don't need chips that bad. I'm gonna get scones. I'm not gonna steal.
Have it your way.
Well, I guess we're done here. See ya, Miles. Miles doesn't respond as you turn and leave the general store. I guess we're going to the library. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's the reading adventure. Stella was telling us about that. What the heck is going on in that picture? You enter the former town hall. Oh, that's where the library is. What once must have been a stately foyer has since been converted into rows of shelves. Meeting rooms and offices long ago gave way into a storied reference collection and reading areas. Oh hey, you made it! You head over to Stella and Kanika's table and settle in. It had the option to shush her.
We're in a library! Stop yelling, Stella!
Gretchen! Oh, hey guys. You made it. I'm glad you could join us. I agree wholeheartedly with Stella. I'm elated that you're back. Did you send my regards to that foul feline? Gonna wink and give a subtle thumbs up. You wink at Gretchen and give her a subtle thumbs up. Heck yeah, we did. Me and you against Frau Gretchen. Wonderful. I hope she stews on that for a long, long time. Morning, Bee. You look tired. My goodness, whatever happened to common decency? You can't go around telling someone they look unwell. You look marvelous, Bee. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Gretchen. This is why you're my favorite. Snitch on Miles. I ain't no snitch. Snitches get stitches. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Yeah, pretty much. I'll sleep when I'm dead. We've got important work to do. They didn't seem too impressed with that. Yeah, I'm eager to crack into these books. Wait, that was Stella. Crap! Agreed. Anyways, I guess we should get started? Oh. Before I forget, we gotta talk about that photo you sent me this morning. Kanika, check this out. Bee found it in Tabby's garden this morning, right in line of sight of her room. What in the world is that liquid around it? It looks like pus. Talk to animals. The opossum that lives in my dresser says that 2 people live in the estate. I thought he might not have realized Perlan died, but I wonder if this is who he was talking about. Oh, maybe. Tell Stella that I was the one who broke Mr. Jingles. Maybe then she'll finally understand the connection that you and I share. Oh, yeah, and then she'll believe me that I can talk to animals. Good thinking, Gretchen. Kanika and Stella silently glance at each other. Gretchen wanted me to let you know that she was the one that broke Mr. Jingles. Oh my god, you actually can talk to animals, can't you? What? Mr. Jingles was the name I had for my little snake toy Gretchen had as a pup, which she broke. I kept asking who broke Mr. Jingles, like I didn't know it was her. If this is going to be a reoccurring bit, might as well play along. Those boots are too big to be Tabitha's. Definitely. You think it could have been that creep we saw outside the general store last night? He knew your name and those boot prints match up with his mining getup. Whoa, apparently I missed a lot last night, huh? You're not talking about Wayne, are you? That guy keeps coming to my mom's tea room. I think there's something really wrong with him. Stella is staring into my soul. I still love you, Stella. Not Stella, Gretchen. Yeah, we are. I wonder if there's a connection between that guy and what happened in the woods last night. Oh, Stella has the little, Ghost Tracks shirt. Yeah, that's the one where the hands show up on the cars to push them off the train tracks, I believe. Like what? I mean, I don't have anything specific, but we do have the whole prophecy of impending doom angle to explore, and this photo is weird. I can't stop thinking about those splatters on the ground. If whoever left those prints is sick, maybe it's from those creatures you encountered. Hey there, strangers! And literal stranger. Introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Bee, Tabitha's cousin. I'm in town for the funeral. Oh, I should have known you were a Scarlet. You look so much like Vivian. Not that I knew her very well. I was still a little kid when she left. But that Scarlet resemblance is, strong. Is it the carrot nose? I'm Oscar Gutierrez, Chief Librarian and only librarian. Oscar's amazing. He practically built this library from scratch. Yeah, I'm a little jealous of what the kids around here get to grow up with. They don't know how good they have it. Back when I was in elementary school, all the library had was a couple of shelves and boring books donated by old people. Y'all are too kind, but speaking of kids, have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts and I wanted to make sure that she wasn't getting into any trouble out there. You know the crowd she hangs around with. They're good kids at heart. I'm sure they're just up at the old Maxwell place doing teen stuff. I went up there plenty of times in my day, but I'll be sure to keep my eyes peeled. What's the old Maxwell place? It's this great old abandoned spot. We used to hang out there when we were teens. I can't believe I used to be so reckless. Those floors there were like Swiss cheese. I should really have a talk with Rosalina when she gets home. I'm sure she's fine. You might not want to let her run off like that anymore, though. It's not as safe as it usually is around here. How so? Kanika's right. There's some weird stuff going on in the woods. That's actually why we came in today. Have you ever heard of creatures called ditchlings? They're a type of cryptid that show up around places on the brink of disaster. They kind of look like the Pillsbury Doughboy was a creepypasta? Kanika's mom told us about them last night after seeing some footage we got in the woods. Ditchlings? Doesn't ring a bell. Dang, worth a shot. Okay, if you were, say, trying to predict a horrible disaster that might befall our town, where would you start looking? Well, they say history repeats itself, so I'd probably try to figure out what sort of disaster this region typically falls prey to. Should I be worried about something? I don't know yet. I'll be right back. I'm gonna nab some books. Behave while I'm gone, Gretchen. Oh, you don't have to worry about her, Stella. You're such a good dog, aren't you, Gretchen? Here's a biscuit, old gal. Well, aren't you the sweetest thing on two legs? Gretchen inhales the soft biscuit, drool leaking from her toothless mouth as she swallows it whole. She don't have any teeth? I never noticed. She don't have any teeth. I'm pretty sure Stella's barking up the wrong tree, Oscar. I don't think you should have to worry about any horrible calamity befalling the town. But she's right about the weird stuff. There's definitely something unusual going on out in those woods. Gotta do mystical. If I were you, I'd keep my loved ones close in these coming days. I'm gonna try calling Rosalina again. I'm sure she's fine, really. Don't mind Bee, she's just been hanging out with Stella too much. Rosalina's a smart kid. She knows better than to go around getting into trouble, and we'll make sure to keep our eyes peeled. Thanks, Kanika. And Bee, if you see a 13-year-old girl with black braids and glasses, would you let her know her dad's worried about her? Oscar anxiously wanders off, phone in hand. Got him! Just grabbed a whole mess of local history books. Stella sits a massive pile of books on the table and pulls up a chair. Alright. This is gonna be so much faster with the two of you here to help out. Got our snacks, got our source documents. Let's get this research party started. Reading awaits. We're gonna spend our summer vacation in the library. We got all kinds of stuff to read. Veins of Scarlet, a history of the Scarlet Hollow coal mines. Ooh. Forced into retirement at age 50 due to a war injury from his time in the Indian Wars. Lovely. Exacerbated by his short stint serving as captain of the Confederacy. Great. Silas Scarlet also lost his eldest two sons to that bloodiest of wars, leaving his third eldest son, Andrew Jackson Scarlet, to take charge of the mine. Under his leadership, the mine prospered, undoubtedly in part due to the growth of the railroad industry. Managed to evade the coal union for decades, making them one of the most profitable mines in the country.
This man sounds great.
Andrew Scarlet built the surrounding town into what it is today, with expensive stone buildings, a bustling main street, and overseeing it all, the elegant Scarlet estate that was until 1895, gosh dang dyslexia, the largest and finest feat of architecture in the region. Culminating in the tragic collapse in 1918, it was found that Charles Shaw, the co-manager of the mine, had loosened security measures to increase productivity during World War I, resulting in a fatal collapse, the deaths of over 160 men and boys, some as young as 10. Our family sounds great. No wonder why our mom left. The casualties included Andrew Jackson Scarlet's son, Theodore, his brother Enoch V. Scarlet, who had taken over for their aging father during the bustling war, managed to pull the mines from the brink of ruin, thereby saving the town. So this is how your family made its fortune. Yep. No wonder why everybody knows and seems to hate me in town. Silas Soldier Woodsman Leader. Silas Everett Scarlet was born to Colonel Everett J. Scarlet in 1818. One of the 12 siblings. 12? My goodness. One of the 12 siblings. He grew up in eastern North Carolina during a tumultuous time in the state's history, and not much is known about his life before he joined the army in 1836. He quickly rose through the ranks in part due to his father's connections, but also due to a particular ruthlessness, which he received his nickname, Bloody Silas Scarlet. The federal government granted the now Captain Silas a tract of bounty land in exchange for his service in the Indian War, and settled into the hills of North Carolina in 1814. That land would soon become Scarlet Hollow. But it started as a simple log cabin, built by Silas's own two hands, occupied by his family of 10. Silas's wife, Mary Joseph Scarlet, and their 8 children. Oh my goodness. Logging business brought many workers and fellow landowners to the hills, but it wasn't until Silas discovered rich seams of coal running underneath the entire region that Scarlet Hollow was really put on the map. He saved what he could and brought the surrounding hillside at a great discount, cleverly hiding what he knew about the land's true value. Thus, he had all the resources to found Scarlet Hollow's now famous coal mine. You're finished with this one. Our family seems so wonderful. I don't deserve your smiles, Gretchen. Explore, flip through Appalachian folk monsters. Ooh! A few entries catch your eye. Got the Wampus Cat, the Tommyknockers, the Telepo. It's bad that I know what all these are. Often linked to Cherokee legend, some cite the Wampus Cat as originating with the story of a woman who sought vengeance against a monstrous cat demon for driving her husband mad. She hunted it down and by wearing the bobcat mask tricked it into using its own vile magic on itself, freeing the people from the reign of its evil. Others say that the creature comes from a story of a woman who wore a pelt of a wild cat to witness forbidden hunting rites. The hunters of the village gathered to perform the rite, and she watched in secret from underneath the cat's pelt, but soon discovered. For her indiscretion, she was fused with the pelt and transformed into the creature that was neither human nor cat, forced to wander the wilderness alone, feared by all. Her calls are those that of great sadness and serve as a warning to anyone who dares to go against tradition. Ooh, Tommyknockers, let's go. The Tommyknockers originated in Cornish mythology, spreading to the United States when Cornish immigrants began working in Appalachian mines. They're named for knocking that can be heard from seemingly within the walls before a cave-in. According to some, the knockers serve as a benevolent warning. Others believe that the creatures take stolen hammers to the supports of mines and collapse them on whoever is unfortunate enough to still be inside. They are traditionally thought to be impish, leprechaun-like beings, but some claim that they are spirits of dead miners, forever cursed to haunt their final resting place. We got the Telepo. That's one of my favorite stories. There is a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the middle of the woods, all alone with his hunting dog. One night, after a particularly bad week of hunting, both of their stomachs empty, the hunter spied something out of the corner of his eye. Some small creature had gotten into the cabin through a hole, and before he could even figure out what it was, he'd drawn his gun and fired it at the thing, his hunger guiding his action. But it was quick and ran back through the hidey hole and out of sight, leaving only its long black tail shot off by the hunter's rifle. "Guess this will have to do," he said to his dog, and threw the tail in a pot to cook a soup. He and his dog ate well that night, the tail filling them both. The hunter crawled into bed, satisfied, and his dog curled up at his feet. He woke up to the sound of long nails scrabbling across wood. His dog was nowhere in sight, only a rumpled spot on the covers where he'd been, and in the gloom he saw two big yellow eyes staring right back at him. "I want my Telepo," a high hoarse voice croaked from the darkness. "Go away!" he screamed at the thing. I like to think that I'm reading all of this out loud while they're just reading in their heads. But it stepped closer to him, still shrouded in darkness, the sound of long claws dragging across the hardwood accompanying its movements. "I want my Telepo," the creature growled again. "I'll get my dog after you," the hunter squeaked, his voice catching in his throat with fear. There was no dog to be seen. "I want my Telepo!" Before the hunter could so much as scream, the creature leapt from the darkness, long claws stretched out towards the hunter. No one is sure what the creature did to him that night, but the next morning, all that remained of the hunter, his dog, and his cabin was a chimney standing alone in the woods. Close the book and put it back. I think I'm all done here. Let's check in. Alright, if we're going with what Kanika's mom told us last night, I think we can rule out any natural disasters as what brought the ditchlings here. But not nuclear incidents. Looks like our state has a history with those. What about y'all? Find anything? Kitty! Hopefully you're nicer than Frau Frau. Before you can respond, a handsome black cat leaps up on the table. Stella quickly slams her book shut. Aw, hey Pixel! You might want to close your book. He loves to rip up any paper he can find. Pixel, my dear friend, it's been too long. How have you been? Hungry. Did Stella bring the good stuff? Don't worry, little guy. I didn't forget your treat. Oh yeah, snack time. Sorry if Pixel is bothering y'all. Hopefully he hasn't gobbled up any of our books. He can't stand the thought that people might pay attention to anything that isn't him. Talk to animals, let's talk to Pixel! Hey Pixel, what do you think about the monsters we saw in the woods? I'm an indoor cat. I don't know anything about no woods. I just hang out in the library, especially now that our house is haunted. Oh, their house is haunted? Tell me more, Pixel. Pixel says your house is haunted? What's up with that? How did you know? She is either psychic or she can talk to animals. It's a long story. I love that Stella believes me. Just roll with it.
I've been living in the library for a little bit.
It's been great. Way more snacks, way more scritches. Except sometimes there's too much scritches.
I love that he's just taking a bath right in front of him. Pixel gives no cares. Hold up, what kind of haunting are we talking about here? Unexplained noises, objects appearing in strange and unfamiliar places? Oh, Oscar, don't get her hopes up like that.
Oh, nothing like that. Sorry, the floors in my bedroom just keep seeping blood, and I've seen a strange figure in the hallway a couple times.
Wait, you've seen a full body apparition? Can I see it? Stella, it's probably just a dirty pipe or something. Well, what if it's a ghost? If it's totally a ghost. Ooh, I kind of want to do that. And besides the mystical, yeah, let's go bust the ghost. It's totally a ghost. Let's go bust it. Gretchen's face.
Y'all are more than welcome to check it out maybe tomorrow night.
Yes, we'll be there. Yeah, that sounds like a fun way to spend an evening. Can't wait to get spooked by some creaky pipes. Why do you let that little paper shredder freely wander the library?
Why don't you mind your own business?
Have you seen this little guy's face? How could I say no to that?
Guess we'll just let Pixel be. Oh, he don't like us though now. He's so mad at us. Look at him. I wanted to make friends with Pixel. You decide to leave Pixel be. The cat curls up on the table, fast asleep.
Alright, I better get to shelving. Let me know if y'all need anything.
Let me see, what do we got here? I should probably tell them of what I read about my family. Though they probably already know because they've lived here their whole lives. So about the coal mines here. Nika visibly shudders. I get cold sweats just thinking about being in a place like that. I feel for the guys who work up there. I could never. Speak for yourself. I love a good crevasse. What happened after the mines collapsed? The book just kind of glosses over that.
There was a union for a little bit, but it didn't last. There's not a whole lot written about the past century here.
Yeah, the Scarlet Hollow mine isn't exactly the most ethically run business. No offense or anything, I'm sure Tabby runs the mines better than Charles Shaw did. Still hasn't let the union in though. There's a reason her and I don't talk. A union-busting mine collapsed from poor working condition colored me shocked. Yeah, it's pretty awful.
That's what the sculpture out front is for, commemorating all the men and children who died that day.
Every kid in Scarlet Hollow learns about the collapse in 1918. Our teachers love to emphasize how many children they had working down there, probably to try and show us how good we have it now or whatever. Low bar, if you ask me. You know, that could be what the ditchlings are warning us about. Another collapse. Writing that down on the list of potential disasters. Yeesh, Stella, that's morbid. And besides, it was all Charles Shaw's fault. The labor market is way more strict now. There's no way you could get away with that kind of safety cutback he pulled.
Y'all don't actually think the mines are gonna collapse, right?
No, I don't think so.
Ooh, had me worried there for a second.
I hate to give Tabitha any credit, but the mine is safer now than it was back then. Still, what a horrible thought. You never know. You guys really seem to have a bone to pick with Charles Shaw. He doesn't seem like the best person. He seems like a grade A terrible person. That's what happens when someone directly causes a monumental disaster, especially in a small town like this. People tend to spit when they hear your name. You got run out of town on a rail, you know. And that's not a figure of speech. Back when they actually tied you to a rail and ran you out of town, there's a big mural of it over on the far wall. Oh, that's what the picture was about. He got off easy, if you ask me. Oh, maybe... yeah, let's ask about Wayne, maybe. What if there's something toxic in the mines poisoning the town? Wayne seems sick. Honestly, that sounds like one of the most plausible explanations I've heard so far. What about the ditchlings? I don't know, maybe there's some sort of parasite down in the mines. Maybe it infected Wayne, and maybe Wayne infected the local wildlife. Oh. Huh, yeah, that could work. Have you had any luck with Rosalina?
Not yet. I knew a teen would be a handful, but I didn't think it would happen overnight. I'll probably head out once you're all done and check in on her usual haunts.
Oh yeah, let's ask Stella about that. Stella, what was it you were saying about nuclear incidents? You were talking about the Goldsboro thing, right? Yeah, apparently in the 60s, a B-52 carrying a live warhead broke up mid-air and dropped a couple of bombs.
Fascinating bit of history there. The first two bombs landed upright after its parachute got caught in a tree. Thankfully, it didn't go off. At the time, the government claimed that the bomb was unarmed, but it later came out the only thing preventing a detonation was a single electric switch which failed to trigger on descent.
I like Oscar. And 60 years later, the second bomb still hasn't been recovered.
Right, it's a conventional explosive disintegrated in midair. But most of the nuclear material was made unrecoverable by flooding. If I remember correctly, they just buried it and sealed it up.
I'm sorry, did you say they buried it? Do y'all need something dug up? Because if so, I'm your gal. Oh, the nuke could have made... oh, that's true, that's true. So the nuke made the ditchlings. Case closed. Look like we got it, folks. I don't think so. Goldsboro is almost 400 miles away from here. Look, you never know with radiation. We actually know quite a bit. It just melts you, and it doesn't make monsters. A 60-year-old bomb isn't going to explode on its own hundreds of miles away and kill us here. You never know, there could always be a whole underground society of bomb-worshipping mutants just waiting to blow it up. I've missed this. Oh, it's some about Silas. So, Silas, Scarlet? Yeesh, I figured old money from the South wouldn't be great, but he, sure did some things to get where he was, huh?
That book is a perfect example of why you should use multiple sources for your research instead of trusting the first thing you read on the subject.
Oh, Oscar. Yep, dude was a monster. The mines made a lot of money during the Civil War, too. And you can probably guess which side a North Carolinian business owner would be working for. Yep, and he's family. Sorry you're related to him. Do you think the ditchlings are here for retribution? That seems tenuous. Assuming Kanika's mom is right, they're here as an omen, not because they're going to do something themselves. And I think we know how I feel on the matter. Let's tell them about the folk stories we heard, or read. So, Appalachian folk monsters. Tell them all about all the things that we're just gonna info dump on them. Tell them all about all the things. Wampus cats kinda sound like they could be mountain lions. Voice like a woman crying out, somewhere between person-sized and cat-sized? Definitely, they are 100% mountain lions. Kanika, you know there are no mountain lions up here. I thought you were supposed to be a skeptic. Oh, Stella, one of these days you'll trust us. But the myths are old, right? Mountain lions didn't go extinct in the Appalachians that long ago. Those legends just haven't died off yet. Almost every cryptid can be tracked down to either a hoax or someone getting confused about a perfectly normal animal, sometimes both. Bigfoot, for instance, started as a prank. Then folks saw bears walking around on their hind legs and got freaked out, and now here we are. You'll eat those words when I get the first clear footage of a Bigfoot. If you manage that, I will print out a piece of paper that says Bigfoot isn't real and literally eat it. I promise. I'm holding you to it. The ditchlings are Tommyknockers. Do you think the ditchlings are Tommyknockers? What's with the whole warning thing? Good thought, but Tommyknockers live in mines. That's like their whole thing. I'm gonna write it down though. Tommyknockers are literally just the sounds that happen when a bunch of rocks and wood are about to collapse. Are they? Or are they the sound of a mysterious creature pounding on the rocks and support beams with hammers to cause the collapse? There is simply no way to know. My mom used to tell me that Telepo story back when I was little. I can't believe I forgot about that one. It scared me so bad that I didn't eat soup for years. I thought a monster might try to dig it out of my stomach if I did. I love that one. There's this old chimney in the woods that I used to think was a chimney from the Telepo, the one that was left after the thing did whatever it did. Now I know it's just because chimneys don't burn down and wooden houses do. That doesn't mean it's not the chimney from the Telepo. I've camped out there a couple of times and seen some pretty spooky stuff. Yeah, I watched that video. You saw raccoons. You're gonna get rabies one of these days chasing after wildlife like that. What can I say? I like to live life on the edge. Let's move on. Oh, there's a cult here? Why was there any indication of a cult being here? I don't remember that. You lean in and quietly whisper to Stella and Kanika. Do you think that there's like a cult? Those cops were awfully suspicious last night. Really weird combination of being dismissive and trying to pin things on me. I don't know, just feels like a cover-up. Yeah, that was pretty bad, but I'm not sure they really have it in them to be part of a cult. Definitely. I don't think they're capable of putting in the effort. Should we check out the mines? Head back to the woods? Look for Rosalina? I'll ask them what they think. They know the place better than I do. What do you all think? There's an awful lot of mine-related stuff in my notes. Maybe that should be our next stop. We can poke around, find out if anyone else has seen anything weird. Just to clarify, you're suggesting we go to question some of the miners, right? We're not poking around unprepared in the actual mines, right? Right? It's like the Anakin and Padme meme. Right? Right, Anakin? Right? Yeah, totally. 100%. I would never. We don't even have a good reason to go down there. Good. Let's keep it that way. You know how I feel about the mines. I promise, Neeks. We're just going to question some of the miners. And if that questioning gives us good reason to poke around, say, a cool abandoned coal mine, then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You can cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm not going underground. I'm just messing with you. We'll stick to the surface. Okay, good. And hopefully we can find out what's wrong with Wayne while we're at it. I'm sure Tabitha's gonna love that we're snooping around. Same goes for all of us, honestly. I can't think of a single person in town Tabitha would be happy to see. We'll just have to make sure we don't get caught. We'll be super sneaky. I can even keep lookout. Look at us, going out on a caper together. I've missed this. I've missed it too. I mean, sure, it's not under the best circumstances, but I've been so wrapped up in running the store, I didn't realize how much I missed being able to hang out with you guys. Though, there is something missing. Reese! I really miss that dude. I can't believe how long it's been since we've seen each other. Have you seen him lately? Nope, I tried to plan stuff, but he's been too sick. I didn't realize it was getting so bad. That poor guy. You know, we could just pop over and surprise him. He seemed excited to meet Bee. Maybe we'll finally get him to leave his little cave. Hell yeah, let's do it. Alright, let's roll out. See ya, Oscar. We'll let you know if we run into Rosalina.
Thanks, guys. I'll keep y'all posted.
Reese's home stands at the edge of the forest wall, an isolated buffer cushioning the rest of the town from an unending wilderness. We finally get to meet Reese! Hopefully. Reese, it's Stella. I brought some buddies, too. Shh! Not so loud. He's still sleeping. Can I help you with something? The woman in the doorway stares directly into your eyes. You can practically feel her simmering irritation washing over you. Hi, Dr. Kelly. We were wondering if it would be okay if Reese could come hang out? Nothing strenuous, we promise. I'm not going to wake him up. If he's sleeping, he probably needs it. Whatever the two of you have planned, it's probably beyond what he can manage right now anyways. Oh, poor Reese. It's just been so long since either of us have gotten a chance to hang out with him. I'm sure he and Bee would get along super well, too. Do it again. Hi, I'm Bee, Vivian's kid. I know who you are. The way she avoids looking at you as she speaks makes you feel like you've done something wrong, even though you're pretty sure you've done nothing at all. Reese's mom turns back to the house, sighing. Sorry, I know that was a little rude. You just want to hang out with Reese, and he misses both of you too. She sighs again, as if deciding whether to finish her thought. He's usually feeling his best around mid-afternoon. Why don't you come over tomorrow? We can have some supper and y'all can hang out for a bit. I don't promise that he'll be perky, but I'm sure it'll brighten his spirits to see the two of you again. And I suppose you can come too, Bee. That'd be great. I can bring a side dish, maybe deviled eggs. Does he still eat those? No, eggs are a little much for him. They don't settle well. You can leave the cooking to me. I know what he can handle. Okay, I'll bring soda then? That's not... Okay, yes, fine, you can bring soda. Nothing with caffeine, ginger ale preferably. Oh, and leave the dog at home. She might cheer him up. You know they have those therapy dogs in a hospital. No dogs. Why, I never. This is absolute gall. Thanks so much, Dr. Kelly. We'll stop bothering you now. See you later. Dr. Kelly nods in acknowledgement and quickly shuts the door. The sound of several locks clicking into place can be heard from within. Interesting. God, that woman makes me so nervous. I remember she used to be so nice and carefree when we were kids. She always had the best stickers when we had to get our shots. Maybe she's just stressed out about Reese. Or maybe she's just nice to kids. Either way, I guess it's just the three of us. You gonna drive? Yeah, sorry. I don't like the thought of going up there without the van. Cool. I'll take the shortcut then. It shouldn't take long for me to get there. You're welcome to tag along, Bee. Okay. Okay. Don't worry, I won't be offended if you rather ride with Kanika. I'm sure you're probably sick of the woods. No, I'm not sick of the woods. Bring the woods on. Heck yeah. I get to go walk with you. Let's go. Either way works for me. I'm not gonna bug her about the car thing. I pretty much figured it out last time. It's probably she was in a car accident with her parents. We'll go with Stella. Sorry, Kanika. Even though I kind of want to go with Kanika too. But we'll walk with Stella to keep her safe. I'll walk with Stella. We'll meet you there. The woods are calm and serene compared to last night, though you can't help but get the feeling that danger lurks just beyond the trees. Hey, thanks for coming along with us, with Gretchen and me, I mean. I hope I haven't seemed too cold about everything that's happened last night. The truth is, I'm barely keeping myself together. I just don't know how to let it out. Duke died out there last night, and I can't stop thinking that it might have been my fault. If only I dived for that flashlight. If only I didn't drag you along into the woods. Stella, whatever happened last night, you did nothing wrong. I just wish she could understand that. She's such a good girl. I love Gretchen's concerned face. It's so adorable. Stella pauses, searching for what to say. It's like there's this guilt boiling under my skin, but the only way I can process what happened is by turning off the part of me that feels things. When I'm around other people, it's like I think of Duke dying as just a thing that happened. Like, it's just part of another video. Because if I actually admit to other people that I feel something, then I'd have to admit to myself what happened is my fault. It's not your fault, Stella. Of course it's not your fault. It's nobody's fault. It's Gretchen's fault. It's nobody's fault. You and Gretchen have gone into those woods at night dozens of times by yourself, and nothing like this has ever happened before. How could you have known? Thanks, Bee. I think I needed to hear that. The conversation comes to a dramatic halt with you, Stella, and Gretchen all whirling around to face the source of the sound. Oh, it's just a little cardinal. A bird! Let me at it, I can get it.
Back off, dog. This is my stick.
Whoa, calm down, girl. It's just a bird. The same probably goes for us. I guess we're all a little on edge. Let's hurry to the mine. It shouldn't be much further. Kanika casually leans against her van as you and Stella emerge from the woods. Hey! Y'all have a good walk? Yeah, it was great. I mean, not that you're missing out or anything. You didn't run into any of those creatures, did you? Nope. That makes sense. They're probably nocturnal. I don't know if I should feel relieved or disappointed. Well, we're all here. What's the plan? I guess we could just go talk to people? I guess so. I should probably be on lookout duty. I'm a bit of a persona non grata in the mines. Tabitha? Yeah, I might have tried sneaking in to talk to her a time or two too many. And Gretchen makes it extra hard to be sneaky. What can I say? I thrive in the limelight. We're probably less likely to get caught if only one of us is snooping around down there. I guess I could go. Nobody knows Wait. Well, the workers shouldn't know me. I can go. If Stella's on lookout duty and only one of us is going in, what's the third person doing? You know those cheesy rom-coms where someone wears an earpiece on their first date? Whoa, do you have some kind of surveillance rig in the back of your van? That I didn't know about. What? No. I have a pair of earbuds with a really good mic. We can just group call. I take it I'm the one of us you're talking about? Tabitha and I aren't exactly friends, and pretty much all the miners shop at the general store. I don't want to make folks uncomfortable, you know? It's probably for the best, Bee. Talking to people scares me. You should do it, Kanika. You're good, Kanika. I've got this. You'll do great. Here's those earbuds I mentioned earlier. Kanika hands you the pair of earbuds. We can feed you questions if you get stuck, and Stella can give you a heads up if Tabitha heads your way. Dang, I've missed doing this sort of thing with you. You're so thorough. Oh, thanks. I do my best. I guess we should part ways and start the call, yeah? Stella and Kanika break off, leaving you alone at the entrance of the mines. Ooh, this is gonna be fun! Your phone buzzes. Uh-oh. Are we in trouble? Hey! Oh, it's just them. Can you hear us? Try saying something. Something. Stella and Kanika chuckle on the other end of the line. We're making friends. Alright, cool. Nothing to do but enter the work site. Let's go. You pass through the unlocked fence and enter the property of the Scarlet Hollow mines. Oh, we got 3 groups we need to talk to? Alright, I'm in. Alright, Morpheus, good to know. We'll go straight to the main office to find your cousin. No! We gotta get info. Espionage. Approach the nearest group of miners. You approach the nearest group of miners. A blonde woman, a broad-shouldered man, an old-timer. Their uniforms identify them as Harrison, Davis, and Zach. Zach's? Zach's. You got a reason to be bothering us? Oh, hey, I'm Tabitha's cousin. No, they'll blow our cover. We're not gonna say that. So I met this guy on a bus. What does that have to do with anything, B? We'll just do the normal questioning. Seen anything weird lately? The miners look you up and down. Weird how? Like weird animal sightings? Nope. You been talking to that townie? One the boss gave a lifetime ban to? Wait, are they talking about me? Yeah, she likes Bigfoot, YouTuber or something. Her videos are actually pretty good. Yep, that's me alright. Oh, that's so sweet! But you know, now that I think about it, it's pretty weird. I haven't seen many animals at all lately. It used to be I'd see all sorts of critters. Now it's mostly birds. This is your first time up here, isn't it? Just not used to the seasons changing. All the animals are hibernating, that's all.
I don't know, she's got a point. I've been up here 5 years now, and it's never been like this before.
Huh, maybe it's that global warming then.
I think they're calling it climate change now.
Have you heard any weird noises coming from the woods? Not a peep.
We're underground most of the day, though.
You know, I heard something unusual the other night, though it might have been an owl or something, but it didn't sound right.
It was an owl. You're just not used to the local wildlife yet.
Have you heard any knockings in the mines?
Can barely hear nothing when the machines are going down there.
He's right, it's loud as shit. It doesn't sound like knocking, though. The way the machine pounds through the rock, not sure if that's what you're thinking.
You're not asking about Tommy knockers, are you?
Tell me what now?
Tommy knockers. They're like old Welsh myth. Little guys that live in the mines knock on the walls before they collapse.
Huh, nothing like that around here.
People getting sick like more than usual?
Nope, nothing like that.
I feel fit as an ox.
We have good working conditions in the mines and our health is wholly looked after.
I've got a couple other questions. Ask about Wayne. Do you guys know anything about a guy named Wayne?
Yeah, we knew him. He was such a cut-up. Yes, I dude.
What happened to him? The miners shift for a moment, uncomfortably glancing at one another. Isn't that the guy y'all said was,
He's gone, that's all that matters.
Should we press him?
I'm gonna press him a little bit.
What happened to him?
Oh, they know something happened to him.
What are you, some sort of cop?
I'm just gonna remain silent.
Yeah, I don't like the smell of this one bit. I know bait when I see it. Let's just get out of here. Our shift's about to start anyway. Gosh dang it.
Sorry. The miners pack up their things and leave. Oh! We should have got more info. Let's go to the other group of miners. Maybe we'll have better luck. You head over to the next group of miners. Before you can reach the miners, you're struck by an intense feeling. You recognize the hollow terror as the same thing you felt last night when you set eyes on that awful man in the miner's jacket. Oh no, and we're all alone.
You gonna pop out of that little crate over there?
Don't pop out of the crate. That's no bueno. Bye.
You shouldn't be here, it's dangerous.
I mean, in the daytime, you're not that scary, Wayne. The veil is kind of weird, but you're not as scary in the daytime. Way more scarier last night. What are you?
Flesh and blood, much like yourself. You don't have to be afraid of me. Stay home, wait for the week to end. Don't keep putting yourself in the path of danger. This is all I ask.
Oh, bye. Before you can say another word, the figure is gone. Hey, B, you still there? We've just been getting static from you. Oh, don't mind me. Our new friend just stopped by to say hello. Whoa, I thought I saw you talking to someone down there. Are you okay? Whatever he is, I don't think he's human. I hate to say it, but with how the call went to static, what if he's a ghost? Like, actually a ghost. You hate to say it, Stella, I don't think anything would make you happier than Wayne being a ghost. Also, ghosts aren't real. Hey now, just because I want ghosts to be real, don't mean I want this ghost harassing me. He told me to stay at the estate for the rest of the week, that I'd be safe there. Why would he tell me that? What the hell is that supposed to mean? He must have been threatening you, right?
The plot thickens.
That's something Stella would totally do. Wayne's trying to make me leave just means that we're on the right track. I'm not about to back down. Whoa, so brave. Heck yeah, B, we've got your back. We're gonna go to the... Oh, we might get caught by Tabitha, though. We'll risk it. We'll risk it. Approach another group of miners. Hey there, can we help you with something? Have you fellas seen anything out of the ordinary lately? Like what? Have you seen any weird animals?
Don't tend to go on many hikes, not exactly the nature-seeing type. After a full day of work, I like to see my bed, maybe a few beers in between.
Any odd noises in the woods?
I heard something a few nights ago, like nothing I've ever heard, some unearthly beast. I'm telling you, Isaacs, you need to take a sick day. You need rest, man. I've already taken a sick day this year. I can't afford to take any more if I want to have Christmas off.
Tabitha. Can't be that bad here, right? Have people been getting sick?
You a health inspector or something? The boss looks out for our health.
Have you heard any knocking in the mines?
Knocking? Not that I've heard. Can't hear shit down there with the machines and men working. My dad used to work these mines before they bought the continuous miner, the big machine that is. He told me stories about something that sounded like someone was pounding on the walls. No offense, Isaac, but your dad had a few screws loose. Rodriguez, he was a fine man.
I guess that's all on that front, thanks.
Anything else?
Oh, I forgot to ask oh, well, they walked away before I could ask. Well, we'll do Tabitha first, maybe. Oh, they might like her, though. Let's see. What do you guys think about Tabitha? The three men visibly stiffen.
Lovely woman.
Always been a good boss, runs the place well. Do any of you know a man named Wayne? Wayne? Do you mean Sam Wayne?
What are you asking about him for?
I saw him just now. He muttered some creepy stuff to me and disappeared. I knew it. He probably just got back to camp after whatever he went off to do.
Hold on a tick. Creepy isn't exactly his MO. You know that, Isaacs. How do you know it was Sam Wayne? I don't recall seeing your face around here before.
The name on his jacket, Wayne, just like yours, says Smith.
So do all of our jackets, but if I switch with Isaac, that don't make me Isaacs.
No, it's gotta be him. There's no way he's dead.
You really think he's running around town creeping on strangers, ignoring his friends and co-workers? Seems more likely to me that somebody took care of him, so to speak, and is running around in his clothes.
Miners stand in silence for a moment, considering what they've just heard.
That's not possible. That's ridiculous.
This is messed up.
But who would do something like that?
I don't know. Why don't you ask his girlfriend?
Ooh, his girlfriend, you say?
Yikes, you don't think...
No way.
Just saying, he wasn't exactly the first fella to fall for her, charms. Lots of heartbreak in that woman's history. Lots of jilted ex-lovers, if you catch my drift.
Dang, who are they talking about? Who are they talking about?
I told him not to get involved with her. I told him.
Ooh, who is Wayne seeing? Who is Wayne seeing?
Whoa now, if you don't know, there's no way I'm poking that wasp nest. Forget we said anything. Yeah, I don't want to be next on the chopping block.
Just gonna leave it, I guess. Won't press you on it.
Good.
Thanks for the help.
Don't mention it. Let's pack it up, boys. Back to work.
Should we check in? Just as a heads up, the only group I still see out there is pretty close to the main office. It might still be worth talking to them, but I don't know if I can give you all that much of a warning if Tabitha comes. And we'll still go. It's fine. Tabitha's probably busy doing adult stuff. I want to try and talk to the last group of miners. Good luck.
Going around asking questions, huh? You look like you're from the inspector's office.
Let me see. Have you noticed anything strange around here lately?
All kinds of weird stuff happen in these hills. What sort of weird do you mean?
Any weird animal sighting?
I saw a raccoon and a big old tumor last week. Spooked me something awful. That's nature for you. Not always pretty.
That wasn't a tumor, it was an egg. There are these things in the woods laying eggs in animals.
I knew it. I knew there was something weird about that raccoon. I believe it. There are things out in them there woods nobody's ever seen before. It's still wild country, even if we've carved it to pieces. I know I, for one, ain't gonna go near them trees until some scientist folks come and sort out whatever's going on out there.
Ooh.
Maybe I should cash in some sick days and go see my cousin in Asheville, just to be on the safe side.
Any noises from the woods?
All the time, howling, screaming, all sorts of fiendish critter calling. Probably just screech owls and bobcats, you old coot. Might be, might not be, but I heard something the other night that sent the fear of God shivering down my spine, I tell you.
I saw the creatures that made that noise. Pale, hairless, and horribly misshapen with little twisted up faces. The two men stare at you and look of disquiet in their eyes.
I ain't never heard of anything like that up here. Damn, that almost sounds like a ditchling. My grandma used to tell me stories about them when I was a little kid. Oh, we're getting some info.
Have you heard of knocking in the mines?
You asking if we heard the Tommy knockers? Of course we have. We're old timers. All of us who were here before the machine got brought in knows the Tommy knockers. What a nuisance, always stealing my hammers. It's true, had a pickaxe stolen too, and when you heard knocking coming from one of the old tunnels, it was enough to make a man pray.
Looks like I figured out what to do for my next video. You better not be thinking of going into those old mine shafts alone. I could always use a partner in crime. I'm going to wind up going down there with you, aren't I? People getting sick?
I mean, some of the old timers, sure, but I wouldn't call that unusual.
It's all on that front.
Sure.
What do you think of the owner?
Not the kindliest woman I ever met. She runs the place alright. Tell that to all the boys she's been laying off lately. Keep going around saying that and see how long till you're one of them boys. All I have to say is, a mine that's doing well doesn't go around laying off its workers for no reason. I'm not so sure any of us are gonna have jobs in a few years.
Tate, you're a damn fool. You're gonna be next if you keep talking that talk.
So be it, but man needs to speak his mind sometimes.
What can you tell me about Sam Wayne?
Oh, he got himself into trouble again, didn't he? Why, have you seen him around? What's that young buck up to?
I heard from some of the other folks in camp that he may have had a nasty spat with an ex and disappeared not long after.
Ha ha, you mean the boss? Far as I know, that never ended.
Stella audibly gasps.
Yeah, I figured he just ran off and lived in a big mansion with his belle. The thought of a strapping young man like him with that sour-faced broad always left such a bad taste in my mouth.
Poor Tabitha. Oh my god, gross.
As if you wouldn't fall on your knees if a woman of means showed the slightest bit of interest in you or any woman at all. Fair enough. But I suppose this begs the question, did she run him off or did some jealous son of a bitch oust him?
Wait, are you talking about Tabitha?
Yep.
Dang, I figured that's what they were getting at, but this is weird to hear it out loud. You good, Stella? Yeah, I just had no idea. That's all. Thanks for the help. That's all. Thanks for the help.
My pleasure. If that Wayne keeps bothering you, just let us know and we'll whip him into shape.
B, I think we got a problem. Oh, no.
What the hell are you doing here?
Oh, crap. Good luck. Sorry, B.
And that's our cue. Pardon us.
You shouldn't be here. This place is dangerous. Why can't you just stay in the estate and stop sticking your nose where it doesn't belong? And what is that ridiculous thing in your ears? Are you trying to record my employees? Are you trying to record me? Tabitha snatches the earbuds out of your ears and throws them into the ground. Typical phone addictive city dweller. And I have a meeting in 5 minutes. I can't even drive you back. Okay, look. I don't want you wandering anywhere else. Just stay here for an hour. I can take you back to the estate as soon as my meeting wraps up. Can you please do that for me? No, we're not gonna reveal about Sam Wayne or anything yet. We'll try be in her good graces. We'll stay put. All right, I'll stay put this time. I promise. Honestly, what good is it at this point if you keep doing everything in your power to stress me out? Sorry I disappeared last night, Tabitha. I wouldn't dream of doing anything else to violate your boundaries, Tabitha. What are you gonna do next? Actually kill someone in town? I need to get to my meeting. Just stay here until I come get you and don't move a muscle. I'll collect you in an hour. Tabitha rushes off to her meeting. You stoop to the ground and pick up Kanika's earbuds. Sorry, I wasn't able to give you a better warning. You good? Yeah, I'm good. You're interrupted by a sudden movement out of the corner of your eye. A girl carrying a bundle of sacks pops through a hole in the fence and disappears over the crest of a hill. Yeah, I think I just saw Rosalina. Wait, really? What is she doing here? Ooh, we should probably call Oscar. Let him know. We should call Oscar. Let's handle that after we catch up with her. You rush over the hill and get your bearings, the sounds of active mining fading into the distance. Rosalina is nowhere to be found, but dusty footprints point you towards the nearby mine. Something about the mine feels wrong, as though a cold anger lies burning inside, sucking the life from the surrounding hills. This is the site of a mass grave. She didn't. Guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut it as a secret hideout spot anymore these days. But Shaw Mine? That place was shut down like 100 years ago. After a collapse that killed over 100 people. And here I thought Stella was going to be the one to drag me into an abandoned coal mine. Hey, remember all of those bad feelings I got last night? This place feels straight up cursed. I mean, like Kanika said, a lot of people died down there. There's a lot of spooky history to this place. For all we know, maybe all that death left some kind of mark down there. Okay, just because a bunch of people died in there doesn't mean it's cursed. Come on, I'm not about to let Rosalina get hurt in there. Even if it means I have to go underground. Whoa, you're sure, Neeks? And I can handle this on our own. Yeah, I'm sure. As much as I hate confined spaces, I hate the thought of other people getting trapped down there even more. Stella and Kanika disappear into the mines. Before you follow, you briefly wonder if you should let Tabitha know about this. Well, she did tell us to stay put, so we should probably call her. You pull out your phone and you dial your cousin. We've defied her once again. We promised her that we were gonna stay put, and we broke it 2 seconds later. What is it? You know I'm in a meeting. A kid just snuck into the Shaw mine. I figured you should know. What? Are you serious? Oh, why do things keep happening to me? Ugh, whatever. I'll head over there as soon as I can. Just stay where you are and wait for me, alright? God, I don't even know why I'm trying to reason with you. It's not like you'll listen. Sorry. I called you as a courtesy, but I'm not going to wait around for you. I swear to God. I'm sorry, but my mind's made up. You hang up the call. Worst cousin ever. Follow Kanika and Stella into the mine. You take a deep breath and follow your new friends into the mine. Adventure! The inside of the mine is warmer than you expected. The air thick and wet. The ceiling hangs much lower than you are tall, forcing you and your companions to hunch over, your legs bent in a painful squat as you begin to navigate the maze of its corridors. Hey, you made it. I told you she would. I just wanted to make a quick call and give Tabitha the 411. You didn't. I was hoping we'd be able to get Rosalina out of here without anyone calling the cops on her. Or us. Tabitha better not try to have us arrested for trespassing. Oh, I wouldn't worry about her calling the cops. I've snuck into the mine dozens of times and she's never called the cops on me. That's because the two of you have a weird thing. I'm pretty sure Tabitha actively hates me, and believe me, the feeling is extremely mutual. Well, what matters is the gang is all here, and we'll find Rosalina in no time. Press on. The deeper you progress into the mine, the heavier the air becomes. Coal dust hangs in the thick clouds around you, even though this place was abandoned over a century ago. Jesus, it's cramped down here. Does anyone else's chest feel tight? I certainly can't say I'm the one for dark and stuffy places. This seems much more suited for a cat, if I do say so myself. Yeah, abandoned mines are way more claustrophobic than people expect them to be, and this one's real bad. You know, because of the child minors, or should I say, the minor minors? Kanika visibly shudders. Okay, I'm not superstitious, but if there's one way to make sure you get haunted, it's cracking jokes about dead child laborers while walking on their graves. What can I say? I do my best to tempt the spirits wherever I go. I actually snuck down here a few times to try and get some good footage. Part of my ghost hunting phase. Jesus, Stella, the things you do for your viewers. Did you find anything? I wish if any place in Scarlet Hollow was actually haunted, it'd be this mine, hands down. But all I got was dust in my lungs and a couple of false alarms. I wish if any place in Scarlet Hollow was actually haunted, it'd be this mine, hands down. But all I got was dust in my lungs and a couple of false alarms. Stella pauses as a sound rushes overhead. Oh my god, what was that? The mine's going to collapse. We're all going to die here, aren't we? Stella sighs longingly. That's just how wind sounds down here. You sound disappointed. It just brings back memories of my last foray into these depths. Every time I thought I'd finally found a spooky ghost, there wound up being a very unghostly explanation. Like local wildlife, for instance. Stella turns her flashlight up towards an alcove overhead.
Hey, what's the big idea?
Yeah, we was sleeping here. Shut the lights off, you nosy bastard.
I'm so sorry for my companion. Stella means well, I assure you. Those guys got me real good last time I was here alone. I'm sure you're quite worried about me after my behavior last night, Bee, but let that interaction be assurance that my temper is most wholly under control. I wouldn't dare venture away from the safety of my Stella's arms in a horrible place like this. My god, there are bats down here? I'm gonna get rabies, aren't I? I'm going to get rabies and die in a mine collapse. You holding up okay, Neeks? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just a little on edge. Nika stopped mid-sentence by a thunderous knock echoing from deeper in the mine. Okay, what was that? That was death. Of that I'm certain. That was... I have no idea what that was. Did that sound like knocking to you guys? A hateful and broken presence stirs in the deep. It doesn't want you here. That was a warning. We have to move fast before something terrible happens here. Whoa, you didn't think it's the Tommyknockers, do you? Okay, no, Tommyknockers are not real. They're not allowed to be real. Are you trying to give me a panic attack? I'd love to spend some extra time poking around down here. Maybe it's got something to do with the mystery. The three of you are interrupted by a second, much less distant sound of a can being popped open. Okay, now that wasn't Tommyknockers. It came from this way. Follow me. You breathe a sigh of relief as the tight passageways give way into a small cavern. A group of teens turns and stares at you with annoyance. This is not the Tommyknockers, it's just teenagers. But that's equally as scary. What the hell are you doing in here? What the hell are you doing in here, you creeps? Are you stalking us? Yeah, creeps. I just said that, Alexis. If I wanted an echo, I'd yell into the Grand Canyon.
We're just gonna go with mystical. There's something terrible in this place that wants to be left alone. Get out of here before it leaves its mark on you. They're gonna think we're so weird. Tell your creepy friend to leave us alone, General Store Lady. Rosalina, your dad is worried sick about you. If you ask me, he was right to worry. Why the hell do you think hanging out in an old mine would be a good idea? Is the Maxwell place not dangerous enough? Because nobody actually comes in here? Duh. Everyone knows we hang out at the Maxwell's place now, so we had to find a new hideout. Which you instantly found, so I guess we have to find an even more secluded place where we can just be ourselves. I can't believe your dad sent people to follow you, Rosalina. That's messed up. I think that qualifies as harassment.
You're right, Becca. It is messed up. I don't need him telling me where I can be. You could at least check in so he knows you're not dead. He loves you and is worried about you. He's really not asking for much. Don't you kids have school tomorrow anyways?
It's fall break.
And we're not kids. Yeah, we're teens.
Young pups these days, absolutely no respect for their elders.
Are those canned strawberry margaritas? Where did you even get those? The teens avoid eye contact. Miles tries to melt into the cavern wall. Oh, I know that isn't you, Miles. It better not be you.
Yeah, whatever, it's me. What are you even doing here? Becca's right, sounds like you're stalking and harassing and all that.
You're supposed to be minding the store.
It's not like anyone comes in on Tuesday and Mom's there, so it's fine.
Eyes dart uncomfortably around the cavern as Kanika tears into her brother. It's not fine. It's extremely not fine. Why do I always have to be the responsible one? Do you know what I would give to be as carefree as you? I left school so you could have a chance to live your life, and this is what you're doing with it? What would Dad think if he could see this? Stealing booze from the family store to dick around in an abandoned mine?
Dad's dead, Kanika. If he were here, he'd be disappointed you wound up being such a bossy jerk. Who cares if we're having canned margaritas somewhere and nobody's supposed to be bothering us?
I'd love to help y'all sort this out, but can we maybe do it not in an abandoned coal mine? Oh, what are you, an expert of mine safety? They only abandoned this place because there wasn't enough coal left to bother digging anymore. My dad told me, and he's an actual foreman at the continuous mining facility, so he knows what he's talking about.
Wait, I thought your dad was a charge hand.
No, Alexis. He got promoted last month, and he says this place is totally fine, and we can hang out here anytime we want. Hi, Tabitha. Correction, your father was a foreman at the continuous mining facility. We'll see if he even has a job tomorrow morning.
What? Oh shit.
Oh, hey, Tabby. Kanika sighs. It's probably for the best that she's here. Do none of you understand what a boarded up mine entrance is supposed to mean? It means it's closed, condemned, not fit for human use. Oh, I just noticed Becca's sweater. It's cute.
Aw, come on, this place is way sturdy. Check it out.
The teen with the beanie jumps up and slaps the strut on the ceiling. Oh, Was that the knocking we were hearing earlier? Oh my god, Zane, cut it out. You're embarrassing us. I'm so sorry for Zane's behavior. I don't think he realizes how extremely 8th grade it is to jump up and hit things. No offense, Rosalina.
None taken. The other 8th graders are totally immature.
Not like you, Rosalina. You're chill and smart too.
Enough. The damage is already done. Now leave. I'm tired of people in this town dragging my cousin headlong into danger. I can't believe I actually agree with Tabitha about anything, but this is the worst place I've ever been in my entire life, and I would like to see the sun again before I die. Aw, come on, you guys. It's not that big of a deal. We used to do dangerous stuff all the time, and I still do dangerous stuff now. I mean, I don't like this particular situation, what with the whole ditchling thing, but outside of that, who are we to tell them where they can hang out? I don't know who you think you are in this situation, Stella, but I own this mine. It is entirely within my rights to tell them to leave, much like it's entirely within my rights to tell you to leave. Was your lifetime ban from my mines not clear enough message for you? Hell yeah, Tabitha, tear the sad 20-something to shreds. Hey, I'm defending you, and I'm not sad. Where do you get that idea? My Stella can't possibly be sad with me around. How absolutely rude. These pups need to learn some manners. Running a clickbaity YouTube channel where you run around in the woods chasing nothing is extremely sad. So she's sad, so what? Give it a few years, you'll be sad too. The passage of time is inescapable. I'm kinda liking Tabitha now. Look, we just wanted to give Rosalina a good time. Her home life sucks right now.
Yeah, tell them about where you have to sleep, Rosalina.
We've been living in the library for the past couple weeks. Dad says we can't stay at our house.
They've got a hot plate and a couple of cots in one of the back rooms. It's actually a pretty sick setup.
No, it isn't, Zane.
Rosalina deserves better.
Oh no, this is about your house being haunted, isn't it? No. What fresh hell is this?
Oh my god, did my dad tell you that?
Actually, Pixel told me.
My cat?
It's a long story. I bet he couldn't afford it anymore and he's lying to save face. What a coward.
Becca, I don't think you could, say that about other people's families. Isn't that just, bullying or something?
Shut up, Zane. Oscar actually invited us to check it out when we saw him earlier today. It could make for a fun, non-abandoned coal mine related activity. Just throwing that out there.
There are no ghosts, Stella. It would be cool if there was, but Becca's right. I just wish he would be honest with me and tell me what's really going on. It's like he doesn't think I can handle it, and I just wish he would be honest with me and tell me what's really going on. It's like he doesn't think I can handle it, like I'm still a little kid.
You're all children, and none of you realize how good you have it. Back in the day, each and every one of you would be pulling 12-hour shifts in this exact mine. If it weren't for child labor laws, the 5 of you might have some actual character. Flippin' Tabitha. Exactly. Rosalina's not that mature anyways. She still sleeps with a stuffed animal. Hey! Nothing wrong with that.
I doesn't mean she's not mature. I still have pork chop, you know.
I rest my case. I love Tabitha's smile.
Wait, what'd you say about child labor?
How do you know there isn't a ghost?
Why are all the adults in town such weirdos?
There is no ghost. There's no such things as ghosts. Oscar's just lying.
Yo, what if we break in and ghost bust the place anyways, just to be sure?
Oh my god, Zane. You can't ghost bust if there is no ghost.
Also, Rosalina lives there. She can't break into her own house.
There's no ghost that you know of. I bet we can figure out how to bust it if it's actually real. And if it isn't real, well, problem solved.
You know, Rosalina, you could always stay over at my house until Stella's ghost busts your place. We have a finished basement with a pull-out couch.
Why are you talking about this like it's a thing? It's not a thing. There's no ghost. I don't care. I can't believe I've wasted this much time to argue with children. I'm washing my hands of this and calling the cops. Feel free to leave before they show up. You hear that, Miles? We're leaving. I suggest the rest of you leave this empty mine before someone gets black lung or gets crushed by rocks or meets any of many terrible fates people tend to meet in abandoned mines. Kanika is interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks.
That wasn't me, I swear.
Then what was it? Come on, Stella. Didn't you have a whole list of perfectly natural explanations for scary mine noises? It's the Tommy knockers for sure. I know this isn't why we came down here, but we've got to check it out. Stella! I know, but weird stuff's been happening around here the past few days, and what if this is our chance to get an actual solid lead? The stakes couldn't be higher. Do you have no sense of self-preservation? I want out of here, Stella. Aw, come on, Tabby. You can come along too.
If you guys are going after something spooky, count me in.
Nobody is going deeper into the mine. Nobody is staying in the mine. You're all leaving. Please listen to Tabitha before my heart gives out. It'll be fun, Neeks. It will not. Wait a second. Where'd 3 of you run off to? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable.
Wow, Kanika, maybe if you weren't still scared of the dark or whatever, you would have noticed them sneak off. I noticed them sneak off, and I've been zoning out the whole time I've been here.
They must have squeezed through that child-sized tunnel. Dang, I've always wondered where that goes. I've never been able to get these hips through there. It's probably for the best, dear. Stella, stop sneaking into my mines. Please, I'm literally begging you. If only the tunnels down here were wide enough for adults, we could already been done with this little mess. But no, there just has to be remnants from bygone era.
Didn't you just talk about how child labor was the good old days a minute ago?
I was trying to get you to leave my mines. Becca's head pops out from the tunnel entrance. Oh, hey, Becca. We are not about to let you come in here and ruin our good time. The mine is safe. I've been here 1,000,000 times.
Yeah, Becca says we're safe, then we're totally safe.
Whatever. Come on, you two. I know a cool spot this way. Okay, I think I know where that tunnel rejoins the rest of the mines. I'll go look for them, and I want each and every one of you to take note of the fact that I'm doing that. If those idiots get themselves lost and die, I am not letting their families sue me into the ground. Are those really your priorities right now?
Yeah, do you have a problem with that? I want the rest of you out of my mind. Except for you, B. I'm not letting you out of my sight.
Yeah, sure, I could never fit in that tunnel anyway. They have crossed the barrier that I cannot, so my time here is up. But only because Stella promised me a ghost hunt tomorrow. Whatever, I still have to do my dailies anyway, and the service down here sucks.
I will happily escort these two knuckleheads out. No, you are not about to weasel your way into this, Stella. Look at Stella. Her eyes. Oh, come on, Tabby. I've been down here a ton. I can totally help out. There's nothing getting rid of you, is there? Fine. I won't waste my time arguing. Oh, we could just all leave. I guess we'll do mystical. There's no way around it. It isn't just those kids. Something is calling out to us from down below. Noted. Let's not linger any longer than we have to, shall we? Want me to take Gretchen with me? I don't know if it'll be easier to cover more ground without her. Excuse me, I am a formidable and self-sufficient monster hunting companion. Haha, yeah, that's probably for the best. I don't want a repeat of last night, and who knows if we'll have to do any climbing. Oh, poor Gretchen. I'll see you on the other side, hopefully soon. For sure, won't be long.
Cool, can't wait to bust some ghosts tomorrow.
Kanika, Miles, and Zane head towards the entrance of the mines, leaving you, Tabitha, and Stella to find the remaining teens. Alright, no dawdling. We should be able to catch up with them if we go this way. You and Stella exchange a glance as Tabitha ventures forward. They left all their food. Venture deeper into the mine. As the three of you move deeper into the mine, you hear echoes of conversation bounce across the walls.
Becca, why are we doing this again? I thought you thought Tabitha was like really cool. Why are you trying to get her all mad?
We're not doing this because Tabitha is really cool. She doesn't let anyone boss her around, so we can't just let her boss us around. Aw, you hear that, Tabby? Someone thinks you're cool. I can't believe she used to hang out with a nobody like Stella. Oh, poor Stella. Hey! I don't know, I think Stella's kinda cool. Her videos are really neat. Oh, come on. She doesn't even have a sponsor. Like, what kind of YouTuber doesn't have a sponsor? I mean, not yet, but I'm in talks with Meat Rice, and I make plenty from ads and donations. Dang, Stella, Meat Rice? That's a big deal. They're on like every big podcast. Thank you, thank you. Feels like a really big step for my channel. I just wish Becca hadn't said all the things she said tonight. She's just mean. It has nothing to do with you. You've seen how she's treated everyone tonight, except Tabitha. Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm surprised you don't have thicker skin about this, Stella. You've never struck me as someone who let other people's opinions bother you. If you did, I wouldn't have to try so hard to keep you off my property. Well, I know you don't mean it. Agree to disagree. How does it feel to have a teen girl think you're cool, Tabitha? I feel nothing about it. The opinions of children don't interest me. I don't know, you kind of hesitated there. You're reading into things that aren't there, Stella. Just because your livelihood revolves around what people think of you doesn't mean that I care what people think of me. Congratulations on your sponsor, though. I'm just glad they're not gossiping about me. Yeah, I know, they're just teens, but some of that stuff stung. Another knock, closer, interrupts your thoughts. Followed by another, followed by another. Is it just me? Or is that knocking coming from the same direction as those kids? It's not just you. Okay, that knocking is starting to freak me out. Calm down, Rosalina. It's just a mind sound.
Did you guys see that?
No. It was just a shadow. There's no reason to get freaked out. I saw it. Shut up. There's nothing down here. Stop trying to scare me. What did they see? Tommy knockers. It's not Tommy knockers. They're probably just jumping at their own shadows. You said it yourself, Stella. As soon as they got out of your sights, their bravado would vanish into a puff of smoke. It's probably just rocks falling somewhere deeper in the mines, which is also bad for obvious reasons. Those poor kids. I have no sympathies for their terror. They've brought this upon themselves for trespassing in my mind and making me come down here. I'm sure they're just as upset that you came down here as you are. Are you sure the tunnel they went through is going to meet back with us? Yes, I'm familiar with all the old maps of this place. There should be a central chamber not far from here where everything joins back up. We're getting closer. Let's keep moving. As you progress deeper into the mine, the knocking grows more frequent. Still distant, but it's much louder than before. The tunnel ends abruptly in front of you. A century-old ladder is the only way forward. Oh, this is gonna end well. This is gonna end great. We're gonna go down to this hole. We're gonna die. In the darkness beyond, you can still hear the echoes of terrified teens, their panicked arguing bouncing down the pitch-black corridors. The pit radiates rage, a white-hot anger. It hates you, but at the heart of it, you can sense something else. Quiet hum of a darker presence. The heart calls to you, desperate to be witnessed. What in the heck? And here we are. The tunnel they crawled through passes through the chamber below. It shouldn't be hard to find them once we get down here. I've never been this far in. That's what she said. Congratulations, Stella. You got what you wanted. Tabitha crawls up to the ladder and disappears over its edge. Alright, let's do this. Stella hoists herself over the edge and begins to climb down. Follow them down into the pit. You walk to the ladder and climb down. I don't know if it's smart that we keep going deeper, guys. I'm pretty sure this is the way back. Come on.
Pretty sure? I thought you've been down here before.
Okay, maybe I didn't get this far in, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I definitely remember the way out. Hurry, I don't want to be down here anymore. I think it's actually this way. Oh, shut up. No one even wanted you to come with us anyway. Oh, Becca.
Becca?
Yep, they're close, alright. Good thing they're so damn loud. It sounds like they're really lost. The voices around you, those of the teens and your companions, sound odd, distant. What's gonna come out from the tunnel behind me? Jump scare? Step forward. Why is there breathing in my ear? Step forward? Ooh. The sounds, they go from one ear to the other and like all around. There's something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it. What's in the darkness? Walk towards it? Yeah, sure, why the hell not? You don't hear it, but you can feel it in your chest. A desperate need to perceive and be perceived. Wrap yourself in the darkness of the pit, not just climbing like a blanket. Wrapped up like a little blanket. Hey, are you alright, B?
Bear witness to Cthulhu.
What do you think you're doing? Get away from there. Your cousin drives towards you. Your cousin dives.
I didn't get to see what it said.
Your cousin dives towards you, but not before the light from your phone illuminates the chamber.
You said we wouldn't use this shipment. You know it's compromised. We couldn't afford to wait on the new wood, Charles. We had to go ahead with it. It's still sturdy enough. It'll get the job done.
Oh, okay. B, are you alright? What's all that around you, Stella? Are those mining lamps? Are those headlamps? Oh, we're gonna die. Oh, thank God you're alive. It looked like you had a seizure or something. And then you and Tabby just conked out. Oh, they're moving. I'm fine. You can barely open your eyes. You're not fine. Neither of you move a muscle. I don't want you straining yourselves while you're recovering from whatever that was. I'm going to get you both some help. I'll be back soon, I promise. Don't die on me, alright? You fade back out of consciousness as your companion clambers out of the pit and to your rescue. Okay. Yeah, those are miners. Oh. Wait a second. Oh, we're gonna die. The guy in the chair was... Oh! Yep, Tabitha and I are dead. R.I.P. all of us. R.I.P. teens. R.I.P. Tabitha and I. You raise up on your elbows, head still swimming from the visions, your surroundings coming back into focus. Your head throbs as the knocking continues, now magnitudes more intense than ever. Through it, you once again hear the panicked voices of bickering teenagers echoing down the stone corridors. Oh crap, the kids! Becca, you're just getting us more lost. It's this way. If you're so sure, then why don't you just leave? I can't believe I let Alexis talk me into inviting you in the first place. Becca, I'm just trying to help. I said go. Okay, I will. Alexis, you don't have to go with her. You know that, right? Take a side, Alexis.
I'm sure Becca knows where she's going. She wouldn't just lie. Sorry, Rosalina.
The increasingly desperate voices of the teens are drowned out by the thunderous knocking. You can practically feel the ground shaking beneath you. You can almost see the walls vibrate with the intensity of the hellish sound. God, that knocking is not helping my headache. What the hell just happened? Both of us were struck down with the dark truth of this place, the sins that were committed, the deaths that followed.
There's gotta be fumes or something down here. It's an old mine. These places are death traps. We probably just hallucinated. Are you literally gaslighting me? I said I saw it too. Stop being weird. We're leaving. Rosalina appears in the passageway to your left. She's out of breath and looks like she's been crying. I'm sorry I snuck off like that. I just wanted Alexis to think I was cool. The entire cavern shakes with the sound of rockfall. I don't know what the hell is up with the knocking, but that is the sound of a mine collapse. Quick! Up that ladder, both of you.
Oh, wait! Becca and Alexis are still down there. You can't just leave them here. I know which way they were going. They'll listen to you this time, I promise.
Do you have a death wish, little girl? This isn't a movie. The best thing we can do to help those girls right now is to not be buried alive ourselves. We can't leave them down here. Come on, let's go, Rosalina.
Okay, let's do this.
B, don't do this to me.
I'm not leaving unless everyone leaves.
Are you serious?
Thank you. They're back this way, hurry.
Rosalina runs back the way she came. Follow her.
You run after her.
Oh gosh, hopefully I don't get anybody else killed today. Gosh dang it.
The mines shake with each new thunderous blow as bits of rock and dust fall off the ceiling and scatter on the floor around you. Rosalina leads the way and Tabitha isn't far behind you.
Oh, so Tabitha can see these things too.
I thought you knew the way out. I thought you'd been down here a million times already.
I was making it up, okay? I swear to God, B, if we get stuck down here.
Can you guys see these things?
Like I said, there's probably a pocket of gas down here.
We're coming. Just stay where you are. Oh, Selena, you came back.
I don't want to die down here. Gotta grab him. Then move. Come on, let's go. Okay. You quickly push your way back towards the entrance, pieces of fallen rock littering the path around you. Oh gosh, please don't anybody get killed. All of you start climbing. Now! Once the last teen is up, Tabitha grabs onto the ladder and starts climbing. Climb up out of the pit. Quick! Fast! Go! Oh god, she's gonna Lion King me. You follow suit and start climbing. This way, come on. Your cousin moves with the kind of swiftness you'd expect from someone who spent their entire working life in and around coal mines.
Why couldn't you just listen to someone other than yourself, Becca?
I'm sorry, okay? God. Continue towards the entrance. Stop arguing. More running. Push forward, your burning muscles giving way to pure adrenaline. To your horror, you can see cracks forming on the walls of the tunnel. Oh no! Come on, we've got to go faster!
We're almost there. I can see the entrance.
Your surroundings quake as the mine collapses around you.
Oh no! Rosalina!
And then the knocking fades and you feel safe.
having arrived back at the entrance in one piece.
Rosalina's in a couple pieces, it looks like.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Rosalina, are you okay? Clearly, she's not okay, idiot.
Shut up, Becca! This was your idea to go down here in the first place. This is your fault.
Shit. Why did this have to happen? Okay, the knocking stopped at least. All of you stay exactly where you are. I'm going to make some calls.
This really hurts.
Stella and Kanika popped their heads through the mine entrance. Tabitha just stormed out of there, are you? Oh my god! Rosalina, can you hear me? We're gonna get you out of here, okay? Stella already called an ambulance. But that means cops are gonna come. They're gonna know I was drinking. They're gonna know we went there to drink, right?
Becca! That doesn't matter.
If my dad finds out, he'll kill me. He can't know. In a panic, Becca runs for the entrance and pushes her way through.
Don't worry about her, Rosalina. She's being an asshole.
One of us should wait by the gate and make sure they can find us up here. I should check in with Tabby, see if she needs help. We're going to get you help. Everything's going to be okay. Alright, I'll go down to the gate. Rosalina, I'm so sorry. We'll be back soon. We're going to get you out of here. You're going to be just fine, okay? Bea and Alexis will keep you safe until then. Don't worry, pup. I know you're sick, but I'm here to keep you warm.
Am I gonna die? Rosalina, don't say things like that.
Of course you're not gonna die. The ambulance will be here any minute. You're gonna be okay, I promise.
Thanks, Bea.
Rosalina's breath comes in quick, irregular bursts. If I don't make it, tell my dad I'm sorry.
I'm the one who has something to be sorry about. This is all me and Becca's fault. We never should have gone down there.
It's not your fault. I went down there because I wanted to. Rosalina pauses, catching her breath. Thank you, Bea. I'm glad everyone else made it out okay. Couldn't have done it without your help. I'm just sorry I couldn't do more.
If I didn't stick with Becca once we started getting lost, none of this would have happened.
If I'd just been more smart, more brave, but I wasn't, and now Rosalina is. She's... It's just not fair. You're the nicest person I know, Rosalina. It's not fair that this happened to you. I'm so sorry. It's okay, Alexis. It's okay.
I can't believe you're the one comforting me. Rosalina, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's just... it hurts like hell.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be pushing you to talk. I'll just hold your hand until they come back with help, okay?
Don't go to sleep just yet, pup. Alexis grasps Rosalina's hand. Tears streak down both of their cheeks as you sit in silence together, waiting for the long, anxious moments to pass before help arrives. Some of my men are on the way with rock lifts. We'll get you out of there soon. They're over here, Earl.
Jesus H. Christ, you weren't kidding about the emergency. There'll still be a bit for the ambulance. The nearest depot is over in Brevard, so it'll be at least another half hour.
You heard the man.
You have a half hour to get her out of there. Move it. Rosalina, sweetie, I'm here.
Dad, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. It's okay. We're all here.
You hang on, Rosalina. I know you can. Tabitha's men quickly get to work and manage to pull Rosalina out from the rubble just as the ambulance arrives. It could have been worse. Hopefully it's just like a broken leg.
Sir, I'm afraid there's no space in the back. What do you mean? I can't ride with her? You're better off driving behind us. We're headed to Brevard, so it's quite a ways. Is she gonna be okay? She's gonna make it, right? Please, God. Yes, sir, I promise you we're doing everything we can to keep her stable. Her vitals are looking good. Rosalina, my poor baby. I'll be there as fast as I can, okay? I promise you won't be alone.
I love you, Dad. Paramedics load Rosalina into the back of the ambulance and drive off. Oscar approaches you off to the side as the police talk to Tabitha and her men.
What the hell happened in there?
Mystical. No, we're not doing mystical. We're just gonna do this. It was an accident. It was just a horrible accident. Nobody could have known this would happen. I mean, sure, but those kids maybe shouldn't have been in an abandoned coal mine.
No, this was no teenager's fault. It's a parent's job to make sure their kids don't deliberately put themselves in these situations. Rosalina was mad at me, and instead of fixing the thing that was driving her away, I just ignored it. This is my fault.
Oscar.
I'm the parent here. I'm sure she thinks I'm making things up about our house being haunted, but I've seen things that I can't explain, and it's only gotten worse over time.
My offer still stands to check it out for you. Once you're back from the hospital, that is.
Thanks, Stella. That means a lot. I've gotta go.
Mr. Gutierrez, is it okay if I come too? I want to be there for her.
Of course, Alexis. It'll be good for her to see a friendly face.
The two of them head over to Oscar's car and drive off. Do you think Rosalina is going to be okay? The paramedic said she was stable. She's a tough kid. She'll be okay. Oh, we could talk to her about the entity we saw in the mines. I'm pretty sure Tabitha and I saw ghosts down there. They were right behind you just before you left. And they followed us when we went after Becca and Alex. Did you not see them? Whoa, I didn't see anything other than the two of you and that carving. That's super weird. Oh yeah, the carving. I don't want to doubt what you experienced, but you were deep in a dark abandoned coal mine. You might just have been primed to see things. You know, now that I think about it, that totally fits the profile for some of the Tommyknocker stories. What if they're actual bona fide ghosts? Oh, Stella. Everything that happened down there centered around the main chamber, where I saw the carving. Stella showed me a photo. Weird stuff. Maybe you weren't entirely off base about the cult stuff you mentioned earlier today, but this thing felt old. Are you sure those are Tommyknockers? Depends on what you mean by sure. Is anyone really sure of anything? They fit the description pretty well, and I don't know what else they'd be. I have no idea what happened in there. I need to do some reading on mine collapses, I guess. Something's telling me that this was only the beginning of our ditchling problem. Now that you mention it, Kanika's mom said that the number we saw in the woods were a big deal. Nobody even died here tonight, and I feel like we're left with even more questions than we had this morning. And we had a lot of questions this morning. But hey, maybe we just averted whatever disaster they were here to predict, though. This is still a little too magic for me. Just because two bad things have happened doesn't mean there's a pattern. Right? My vision. I gotta tell them about my vision. There's a stone carving on the wall of that pit. It gave me some sort of vision. I saw what happened to this place. The Scarlet's called... That's what I was thinking! I thought that was, what's his face? Shaw Scarlet. The Scarlets caused the old collapse. Charles Shaw was the setup. No way. Dude's a monster. I mean, the Scarlets were monsters too. They still are. What am I saying? I don't believe in visions. Whatever you saw was probably out of suggestion. I don't know, Neeks. You weren't down there. Bee and Tabby had like simultaneous seizures. Next to a creepy stone carving. It was like something out of a movie. Just because they passed out or had seizures doesn't mean it wasn't out of suggestion. What happens now? Ah! Flippin' Tabitha! Why is that your thing? What happens now? We go home.
Now hold on a minute, Miss Scarlet. Mind if we have a quick word with your cousin, Miss... in private?
Okay, fine. Just make it quick. And don't you dare try and pull anything on her. She did nothing wrong here.
Ladies, I'm afraid that means you too.
Don't you need to talk to us? We witness this too.
Oh, sure, but that can wait. We know where to find y'all. What a coincidence running into you 2 nights in a row. This is my colleague, Deputy Derrickson.
Pleased to meet you, Bee. Apologies for my absence yesterday. It was my special bowling night, you see. A man has to have his me time. But I was briefed on the event last night, even though we're still not sure what went on could be considered a crime.
Duke has been missing since then, though we found neither hide nor hair of him. Could he be just on an extended hunting trip?
It wouldn't be the first time he's done something like that. I was told the footage showed his supposed body, but we couldn't get that camera working, so no way to confirm until we track him down.
Now, I understand both of these were terribly unfortunate accidents that had nothing to do with you being in the area, but...
As officers of the law, you have to understand that we get a little superstitious when we see the same face multiple times in a row. And we have to ask, what exactly were these teenagers doing in a stuttered mine owned by your family? And why were you down there with them?
Oh yeah, okay. We saw some teens sneak into the abandoned mine, so we went after them. We were just trying to do the right thing.
Of course, very noble of you. Pardon of our questions, just trying to gather all the facts, you see.
Well, that's what happened. 100%. There was no shady business going on whatsoever.
Just being thorough, our duty as officers of the law.
Well, if there's nothing more you can tell us, I suppose we'll let you go on about your evening. But we may have to be in touch. Have a good one.
Why are they so suspicious of me? Is it because I'm a Scarlet, or is it because I'm an outsider? Deputy Derrickson tips his hat to you. The 2 officers wander back towards the mine, Derrickson taking notes as they examine the scene. You make your way towards Stella and Kanika. I just can't believe. 2 nights in a row? Is it my fault, Neeks? Stella, no, this is just an awful coincidence. It's not your fault. Oh hey, guess the cops are done with you. What are they gonna take you in for, being present at an accident? Sorry if they gave you a hard time. Small town cops, you know? Always blaming everything on drifters. Even acts of God, I guess. Excellent, you didn't get arrested. Now come on, let's get back to the estate. I like to get some rest before I have to deal with the fallout of everything that's happened here tonight. I'll see you tomorrow, okay, B? Excuse me? Just stop trying to get my cousin killed, Stella. Come on, let's go. Tabitha starts walking to her car, pulling you by your arm. See you tomorrow, guys! You can practically feel Tabitha roll her eyes as she drags you to the car. Same time tomorrow, bye! Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. You try to keep your eye on the surrounding wilderness as she drives, wary of what may lurk behind the tree line. Got so much to say. Sorry about today? Tabitha doesn't answer. Gosh dang it. Sorry for apologizing? Am I talking too much, or... At least you called. How are you holding up? Poorly, but I'd rather we didn't get into it. I'm doing terribly, by the way, in case you wanted to know. Yeah, me too. I've got to focus on the road, though. Why did you treat Stella like that? Didn't the two of you used to be friends? It was a different time in my life. I just wish she'd get that we're not in high school anymore. I'm a different person than whoever she thinks she knows. You and Kanika really don't seem to get along. She pushes my buttons. Is there some kind of history there, or... No, now quit talking. I need to focus on the road. Poor Rosalina. Poor Oscar. We're gonna get thrown from the car. He should have kept tighter reins on that girl. I've never gotten into any trouble like this when I was a teen, and I have Berlan to thank for it. I hated it at the time, but the strictness paid off. Ugh, what am I telling you this for? Because we're bonding! That's why! Whoa, are we bonding? I guess, sure. I don't really think the parents are to blame here. I beg to differ. People who aren't ready to be parents shouldn't be parents. And clearly there are some parents at fault for this who weren't ready. Kinda got a point. Take Oscar. There are tons of people more qualified to parent who can't even conceive. And here he is, having a kid at 19 and clearly letting her do just whatever the hell she wants. Hey, that's not true. Oscar seems like a nice guy. And look where that got her. Even if she doesn't lose that leg, she's going to carry what happened tonight for the rest of her life. It's not fair. What carry what happened to herself? She saved people. Oscar's house is haunted, Tabitha. I don't think it's fair to judge him. You don't know the whole story. Whatever. We're trying to be nice. We're just gonna sit here in silence. We don't want to get thrown from the car. Your eyes wander back into the tree line as you and Tabitha think back into the silence. You once again cross the threshold of the estate. The musty stench of decaying mansion greets you with its undertones of mildew and wood rot. They need to bottle that. They need to bottle that scent. Well, this day was a lot more stressful than it needed to be, and I'm sure it's the pursuer to a horrifically stressful week. I'm going to bed. I suggest you do the same. Thanks for calling me about those kids, by the way. It was unexpected. You could have. No, you should have waited for me. I'm too tired to argue. I'll see you in the morning. Tabitha turns and makes her way up the stairs, her posture defeated. I'm so sorry, Tabitha. I'm just a magnet for trouble. Let's turn in. You head up to your room to turn in. You collapse in Tabitha's dusty guest bed, your head empty of thoughts. After your time in the Shaw mine, you barely even notice the dust. At least nobody died today. Better than yesterday. Phone buzzes on the table. Y'all, these are those things, right? Kanika sends a picture of a pair of ditchlings by the side of the road. Oh, she saw them! I saw them again too. Another picture, this time of them staring from a tree. Oh, and they're even cuter than they were before. What the fuck? WTF? These things are definitely not hairless monkeys or raccoons or whatever. I don't know what the hell they are. I guess there's more to them being here than a mine collapse. No way, I'm sleeping tonight. You think about looking out the guest room window, but at this point you're too exhausted to leave your bed. Wayne is gonna be so mad at us. The adrenaline from this evening is finally wearing off, replaced by a creeping exhaustion that threatens to overwhelm you. Your limbs feel heavy, your eyelids slipping down over your eyes, even when you stare down at the ominous pictures on your phone. If it weren't for the pit of dread balling in your stomach, you would almost feel comfortable as you settle between the covers, your tired bones sinking into the decrepit mattress. When you close your eyes, you see Rosalind's face, twisted with pain, staring up at you with tear-streaked cheeks, trapped by powers beyond her control, terrified of what her now uncertain future would hold. What? No. No, you close that door right now. Don't you be creepily opening a door on me. Your eyes shoot back open, your heart pounding as the door to your room swings open. Oh. It's just you. Hey, Frau. Just the cat. It's always just... Is it just the cat? Gonna bite us in our sleep. We're gonna move and they're gonna scratch us. Don't read into this. The woman kicked me out. Just wanted one place to see. It's nice to see another living being, even one as unfriendly as Tabitha's cat. The comfort of her presence sets your mind at ease, and you finally slip into a deep sleep. No, we shut the door before we go to sleep. Shut that. I don't need nothing looking around in the hallway at me. Bravo, go shut the door. Bravo. Go on. Shut the door. Are you born in a barn? Go shut the door. 1, The Telltale Heart. This is the end of episode 2. Episode 3 awaits. Proceed, dare.